Welcome back. A major controversy has erupted in Maharashtra after the French from Sistra had accused MMRDA of corruption related to the Metro project in the state. The firm had alleged that senior MMRDA officials demanded favors, delayed payments, and pressured them to approve inflated orders following a leadership change in 2023. The dispute escalated when the French embassy, in a letter dated November 12, 2024, urged Indian authorities to investigate the matter. MMRDA, however, has denied the allegations, calling them baseless. It then submitted a report to the government citing contractual and regulatory violations by Sistra and issued a termination notice of its security and operational concerns without specifying exactly what these concerns are. However, the Bombay High Court has now quashed MMRDA's termination notice, effectively reinstating Sistra's consultancy role in the Mumbai Metro Project. Politics has also started in the matter. Aditya Thackeray has slammed Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, stating that in a time when the Chief Minister was trying to create an industry-friendly international image, ex-Chief Minister and the current Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde's con job and corruption is making global news. After massive outrage, according to sources now, Eknath Shinde has asked a top official of the Urban Development Department to probe the graft charges leveled by Sistra. Listen in to some reactions.
मैंने भी पढ़ा है, मैंने भी देखा है कि किसी ने फ्रेंच कंपनी है, उन्होंने कहा है कि हमें भी कुछ पैसे मांगे गए हैं, इसके लिए उन्होंने रिटर्न में कंप्लेंट भी की है। माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी इसको जरूर इसका पूरा इंक्वायरी करेंगे और उसके बाद जो भी है उस सब कार्रवाई उनके ऊपर होगी।
मला असं वाटतं की अशा पद्धतीची तक्रार जर कोणी केली असेल तर त्याच्यामध्ये चौकशी होऊ शकते, परंतु ती सविस्तर माहिती घेणं आवश्यक आहे।
So let me go across to my esteemed panel of guests who are joining me, representing all stakeholders in this matter, at least political stakeholders. I am being joined by Krishna Hegde, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena Shinde faction, Ali Daruwala, spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Pooja Tripathi, spokesperson of the Congress Party, and Pranay Ajmera, leader of the NCP Sharad Pawar faction. Thank you all for joining me at this important debate. Krishna Hegde ji, let me start with you first. The chronology or the timing seems to be quite suspicious. In August 2023, MMRDA goes through a leadership change. Right after that, this company in question, Sistra, comes up with allegations of mass of corruption, or being forced to give bribes, of being forced to have these tenders and contracts inflated, to a point that even the French embassy gets involved. And then in January this year, the MMRDA decides to terminate this contract without actually citing any reasons why. Doesn't it come across as fishy to you, Mr. Hegde?
Ritangshu, see, the French company Sistra had every right to do whatever they did. However, that the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde ji has ordered an impartial probe, and he asked the Secretary of the Urban Development Department, Asim Gupta ji, to submit a report in 15 days, and not only that, but also give the details to the French embassy. So if the government was anywhere at fault, I don't think this would have happened. So now we are waiting for the report from Mr. Asim Gupta, and I'm sure that in between this, MMRDA and Sistra will also, sort out their differences, whatever they may be. But regarding the opposition claim as to, corruption charges, I can only tell you that these are the same people who stopped the work of the RA car shed. They stopped the work of the Atal Setu. They stopped the work of the coastal road. They stopped the work of the sea link during their tenure. And everyone, know that they were called the Mahavasuli Agadi. But let me tell you that even the Honorable High Court has stepped into this. The matter is now sub judice. And the Honorable High Court has also said that give Sistra a fresh hearing. So that's what the government is doing. We are a proactive government. We are working for the people. We want to do the infrastructure. And this contract of Sistra, I think, is worth around 90 crore rupees in consultancy charges. So I'm sure that whatever the problems are right now will be sorted out, and there will be no hitches in the future.
No, Mr. Hegde, this conciliatory tone which you're adopting, saying that, I'm sure the problems will be sorted out, the Deputy Chief Minister has already ordered a probe, isn't this a bit too little too late? The Deputy Chief Minister, who was then the Chief Minister, should have ideally ordered this probe when these very serious allegations had come up, which were leveled by Sistra to begin with. At that time, the government did nothing. Instead, the MMRDA went ahead and terminated this notice without giving a notice, without giving any prior explanation. Now you're saying that I'm sure and I hope that Sistra and the MMRDA will get together and will resolve their issues and put Mumbai's interests first. Isn't it a lot of bad blood already which has happened thanks to the government not doing anything then and only waking up after the Bombay High Court has come out and has cancelled this termination notice?
No, Ritangshu, let me clarify here that I'm not giving any conciliatory approach to the matter because I am not a stakeholder for this. The MMRDA officials and Sistra officials both are stakeholders to this, and the government on its part has ordered a probe. So I am not a party to give anyone or advise anyone to come into a reconciliatory mode of action. But like you said, that if we have to look at the interest of Mumbaikars first, and since Sistra is doing around 111 metro stations they are consulting. So I think it is good for the people of Mumbai that the work goes on fast. And if there are any discrepancies, of course, Sistra will also be held accountable. And if there are any discrepancies on part of the junior officers of the MMRDA, they will also be held accountable. But let the report of the probe come into the and let the report come out. Only then can we talk, because I cannot talk without going through the report or whatever Mr. Asim Gupta has to
Okay.
say.
Pranay Ajmera, you represent the NCP Sharad Pawar faction. Do you buy the statement coming in from a representative of the ruling party saying that the state government essentially has done what it needs to be done? It was a spat between the MMRDA and the company called Sistra, which reached such a point where it had to be, where it reached the High Court level at this point, and the government for its part has done what it could be. It has ordered a time-bound probe. Do you feel reassured and convinced?
Ritangshu, you said that do you buy this statement being a political representative? Ritangshu, let me very blunt but not pointless. Even a common man would not buy the statement and clarification given by my dear friend Krishna Hegde sir. Let me tell you why. When did the letter was written? In the month of November. Of course, we had elections and whatnot things in the month of November. This new government came into power on 23rd of November, and today we are sitting in February, and still no action was taken. All this while, the sister company had approached the Honorable High Court, and it is the High Court who has instructed MMRDA to mend their ways and give Sistra what they deserve. The point is corruption. Let me tell you, in Maharashtra, the Contractors Association has gone into strike because of non-payment of dues. And these all things are happening every now and then. As far as Sistra is concerned, it is a French company, and at the international level today, Maharashtra is facing embarrassment because of the undoings of the officers in power. No action has been initiated till then. 3 months have already passed. And how long we are going to see that? The point is, a French company comes to your state, gives their advice for a considerable important project, and today they are levying allegations of what not nature on the government authorities which are sitting there and doing nothing but corruption. And we are yet to take any concrete action. This is something unfortunate. An inquiry has been initiated. Government will take action, and this kind of promises are something a common man of this state is just not going to buy. Forget me, I'm a political representative on your TV panel.
Well, I can tell you what the BJP seems to have been quite suspicious in its silence over this matter. Thankfully, we do have Mr. Ali Daruwala, spokesperson of the BJP representing the party. Ali Daruwala sahab, the entire promise of a double-engine Sarkar is precisely to ensure that there is there's seamless coordination between the center and the state, and that all parties ultimately align with the Prime Minister's vision of na khaunga, na khane dunga, and Vikas going at a full-speed bullet train pace. But doesn't this project have, with an international company, with even the French embassy being involved at this point, to a point that the Bombay High Court has come out and raised questions to how can such an important contract be scrapped without giving any valid reason? Does does this not reflect very poorly on the new Mahayuti Sarkar that has just been sworn into power with a very healthy mandate in Maharashtra?
Good afternoon, Mr. Bhattacharya. Yeah, it is in a very poor light, as you said. A French embassy intervening, such a reputed company pressing the, and all this fiasco happening since last night. They going to the court intervening is totally not acceptable. I can assure you on your prestigious channel as the BJP spokesperson that Devendra Fadnavis, Eknath Shinde, and Ajit Pawarji, when they came into power, it's less than 100 days now, you have seen the Devendra Fadnavis steel-fisted the way he spoke at the Davos. He has got 2 lakh crore investment in Maharashtra. This government is business-friendly, industry-friendly, and progress-friendly government. Nevertheless, what has happened, we will not brush it and we will not put it under the carpet. I can assure you the culprits will be punished, heads will roll, and Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, Eknath Shinde ji will not spare. May it be officer of whatever level, if he is proven guilty, he will not be spared because Viksit Bharat, Maharashtra on the forefront of, on the fast rail is the priority over here. I am assuring you on your channel, give me 24 hours, I will come back with names, figures, and heads will roll. There is no two way, there is only one way inquiry.
No, but Ali
Maharashtra
Daruwala
has
ji,
to be on the fast track of development.
Ali
Yeah,
Daruwala
Bhattacharya.
ji, you're taking a very similar tone to what Krishna did, and this tone would have been very, very welcome. I appreciate the stand which you have taken, that this is absolutely unacceptable. It's a big embarrassment. But the tone to take this was November 2024, and I'll come back to you, Pranay Ajmera, as you were raising on the time to take this tone would have been November 2024 when these allegations came out, when the French embassy amplified these allegations, not after the government has been caught napping by the Bombay High Court.
100%, Bhattacharya, 110%. It has been brought to the notice. In fact, in such a large state where thousands of crores of development work is going on, and if Sistra has red flagged it, we have taken it with serious note. Exactly, it has taken time, but I am telling you, it's come on your channel. You have taken it up, and I was informed that Mirror now is very keen on this complaint that has come to your channel. I am assuring you, give me 24 hours and I will be there. Heads are going to roll. No one is going to be spared. Eknath Shinde ji has already issued orders. Those officers have been called. Thing is going to be on the fast track. I can assure you, take my word for this.
All right, Ali Daruwala ji, we respect your candor at this point, and it's a pretty emphatic endorsement or a pretty emphatic assurance you've given our viewers here, and we hope that the government sticks to it. Dr. Pooja Tripathi coming here at this point before I go back to Pranay Ajmera ji at this point. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, the charge which Mr. Krishna Hegde put earlier, the Mahavasuli Sarkar allegation which was leveled against the MBA, the fact still remains that irrespective of which government has been in power, we have seen a lot of controversies over key infrastructure projects, whether it be over the expressway corridors, whether it be over the bullet trains, whether it be over the RA car shed, and now over the Mumbai train, now over the Mumbai Metro and Sistra's allegations. Has Maharashtra essentially paid the price for all the political confusion that we have seen for the last 6.5 years? And as a result here, it is, given the fact that the priority of every government has been to be in power and keep its allies happy and it poachers away, governance is suffering.
Definitely, Ritangshu. I want to remind you that a few days back, Prime Minister Modi ji was at the sharing a stage at Bageshwar Dham, where he said, "Aapse koi bhi paisa mangta hai, aap mujhe parchi likh kar do." So the French consultant Sistra company has written a parchi, has taken diplomatic intervention, and I believe this with full conviction that they must have exhausted all their official complaint route after asking the diplomatic, embassy to intervene. And this shows that this is a contractor's mantri. This is a corrupt mantri. And the timeline that they have mentioned of stalling approvals, pressurizing them to inflate the contracts or imposing arbitrary panels is 2023. This has to come into concern that this government was led by CM Eknath Shinde, and he was the urban development minister. So, officers will be, heads would roll, officers would be responsible. No, this corruption has to stem from top. And when you say governance has taken a back seat, people gave you mandate, trusting on your vision of a double engine sarkar that you have been propagating day in and day out. And this is what they get in return. A French consulting company which has been working in Maharashtra. It's not a new tender. It's not a new contractor. They have been working in Maharashtra close to some decade. And now they have to say that, they have to complain about the government to the French embassy. This is deeply concerning, deeply embarrassing. And this goes on to show that the cycle of corruption never ends. This was the same Shinde Sena that, it's there in the public discourse, the information that's called Chalis Khoke Ki Sarkar. And they went on to take cash and they fill the government. And now they thought that, government is all that is money minting machines. It's not just about, going off key infrastructure projects from Maharashtra to Gujarat. It's also the way the infrastructure projects have been handled. And the whole corruption of stemming Sistra is just one of them. And I expect the CM of Maharashtra, with the decisive mandate he has got, to open a free and fair inquiry into the elections, and heads should roll from top to bottom. Should not just be some.
To give them credit, Pooja Tripathi, that's exactly the tone which both leaders of the BJP and the Shinde Sena have said, that heads will roll at this point. So, you can't, at least right now, you can't castigate them for taking the wrong stand. They have made it very clear that this is unacceptable. But Krishna Hegde, this needs to be seen in political context. The BJP has come out very clearly on this panel itself saying that this is unacceptable, this should have never happened at this point. Are we seeing the first casualty, perhaps, of what these whispers that have been going in the party corridors about the fact that increasingly the chief minister and the deputy chief minister, who were a few months ago deputy chief minister and chief minister respectively, are not getting along at this point, and which is why we are seeing parallel meetings happening, we are seeing clashes happening over guardian minister appointments, and now this very public embarrassment for the Mahayuti government?
Ritangshu, absolutely not. These are rumors fueled by Mr. Sanjay Raut and other leaders of the Mahavikas Agadi, because everything they've said in the last 3 years have fallen kaput, and they've fallen on their faces. Whatever they said, it's become exactly the opposite. And now the Congress spokesperson was speaking about corruption. Who can forget 2G, 3G, Koila, helicopter, Kafan Gotala, and every Gotala possible in the Congress regime, and they still not come back to power after 11 years after that. Even in the last regime, even in COVID, where 600 rupees ka body bags were bought at 6,500 rupees. They, stole even people's khichidis. They took away salaries from nurses, ayas, and ward boys. And this is the kind of corruption they did even during, a calamity like COVID. And they are talking about corruption now. Secondly, let me tell you, the people from 2022 to 2024, after that, they gave us a decisive mandate, an absolute mandate, which means they rejected outrightly the Mahavikas Agadi and they accepted us totally. And therefore, we are back in power. It is not at the whims and fancies of the Congress party or the Mahavikas Agadi. It's because of the people of Maharashtra.
Yeah.
And therefore, we will continue the good work which we have done. Of course, while continuing the good work, there will be some allegations, and I'm not disputing that, like the one with the Sistra, but I'm sure that this will be sorted out, and the report will come, and whoever are the hearing officials, if there are any, or from either side, definitely they will be brought to book. And regarding what Mr. Ali Daruwala also said, and I must add to that, when Aditya Thackeray went to Davos, he got not even 25,000 crores worth of investment to Maharashtra. And when Eknath Shinde ji went, he got over 2 lakh crore. And when Devendra ji went, he's got over 3 lakh crore investment to Maharashtra. So this is not this is a motive by the opposition to defame Maharashtra and to reduce whatever investment comes in Maharashtra. But we are not succumbing.
So you're calling it an opposition. So you're saying that you are saying that by due process there has been an irregularity which has been flagged off, and the government is very serious about eliminating it and addressing it with due sincerity. You're saying politics over it is an attempt to defame it. I'll let the two opposition representatives quickly respond to that before I go for final comments. Pranay Ajmera, you wanted to make a point.
The leaders of Mahayuti are just doing a face-saving exercise. Please accept this point. Since this matter has come into light, Did you find any FIR has been filed before any any police station? Any official inquiry has been ordered or initiated? No. If this has to be investigated, there has to be something done officially and just not before media. And that is what I call a face-saving exercise. Secondly, if by the grace of God and Almighty, they initiate with some kind of inquiry, will it be time-bound? Or will that also be a face-saving exercise before the media?
Yes, it is. He has
I
said in 15
congratulate
days.
you and your team that, yes, I congratulate you and your team that you are raising this in this important issue. But what about the outcome? If they initiate an inquiry officially, we expect an outcome. And what really happens in Maharashtra is an inquiry has been initiated with much enthusiasm, but nothing comes out of it. So this has to be done on record. An FIR has to be registered ASAP, and an inquiry by some competent authority has to be initiated with time-bound matter, with time-bound period, so that truth comes before light.
A time bound, well, you just heard it on this panel, and there has been a time limit, there's been a time period which has been given.
There's already an inquiry, there is a time limit of 50
respond
days,
to the charges
and
made
the
by
matter
Krishna
is in
Hegde
court
before.
already.
Yes, a time bound of 15 days has been confirmed by the Shiv Sena spokesperson on this point. Dr. Tripathi, I'll let you respond to what Mr. Hegde said, and I'll go to Ali Daruwala ji for the final comments.
There is nothing officially has been done, sir.
Just responding to Pranay, what he said, an FIR has to go to
Ali Daruwala sahab, I beg your pardon for just 1 minute. Let Dr. Pooja Tripathi respond. I'll come to you for that.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Mr. Bhattacharya,
sir, I'll just come to you. Dr. Pooja Tripathi wanted to respond first.
That they signed, which if they will not do any corruption in the country.
Taken, no one will be spared. This is a government of na khanga na khane dunga, doesn't spare. Give us the names, give us what you are doing, give us the time limit, and this has to come out and open. The CM, the ex-CM was contractors mantri, by the contractors, for the contractors, and of the contractors. And he took a big share and he pressurized Sistra. So, you have to take, as I said, the accountability should be fixed from top to bottom, just making blatant blanket statements.
Accountability. See, I'll tell you what, Dr. Tripathi and Pranay Ajmera ji, the accountability today, there's been concerns, there has been very clear assurances given about accountability coming in it, but that still doesn't tie into the question. Ali Daruwala, you wanted to make a point, please finish your point.
Correct. Let me tell you something. Over there, the allegations are that money was asked. They have not said that the money has changed hands. And as per the protocol, they have gone to the embassy. When foreign country companies come into this country, they work on a certain protocol that they will not indulge in corruption. They will not take money. Likewise, they will not give money. If at all they have something, they have to go back to their embassy. There's a treaty signed between the two countries. These matters do not go to a police station. They go to the embassy, and from embassy it is taken. They said a corruption charge like money was asked. They did not say that the money has changed hands. Well, at this point in time, I am telling you, when such allegations are made, it will be in depth. It will be looked into. Our government will look into it. And if anything is proven over here, I can assure you on your channel, not that I'm the judge and jury over here, I can assure you, Pranay ji, Pooja ma'am, action will be taken, because Viksit Bharat ke liye ye train जरूरी है महाराष्ट्र को ट्रैक पे लाने के लिए.
Well, we'll leave it at that at this point.
We will not take any.
Well, I understand the cynicism of the opposition because the timeline is questionable here, and if you could just have those panelists on air once, man. The timeline is questionable here, but at least our viewers will agree that the assurances coming in from both the BJP and the Shinde Sena are quite unequivocal at this point. What we will do is, as Murana, we promise that we'll continue to raise this issue because it's something which impacts all Mumbaikars. We will continue to monitor this probe, and in 15 days, we'll come back to you, all my panelists joining me, to try and understand what went wrong and whether action was taken. Thanks a lot for joining me on this debate today. It's time for a short break. Meera now continues with more news.
Look beyond